I wish I could draw like you, but I can't. I'm only good at stick figures. If I had a penny for the times I've been told this or read it in a comment, I would be rich. One of the questions I'm asked the most is, how did you learn to draw? My answer always is, I've been doing it since I can remember. But anyone can do it if they want to learn and if they have 5 minutes every day to practice. I guess you're watching this video because you want to learn. Maybe you want to add small doodles to your journal like I do, you want to find a new way to relax, or you truly want to become an artist. It's never too late to begin. So here are my 5 tips to get you started. An easy tool for an easy start. Select a notebook for drawing. It can be any notebook, but if you want to be serious about it and form a habit, my tip would be to invest in a decent drawing sketchbook. Many times when we spend some extra on our hobbies, we pressure ourselves to put it to use and stick to a new habit. Besides a notebook, all you need is a pencil. During these exercises, try not to use an eraser. Make mistakes and embrace them. Learn from them. But the easy tool that I want to talk about are stencils. Who has not played with them? They're so easy to use and so affordable that they are the best introduction to the simplest of doodles. So start by adding a bunch on your first pages and try to add some details. This is a great way to get to know basic shapes and traces. After doing the same shape for a while, try drawing it on your own. Give it your own twist and you will find this easier and fun. Plus, you can take them with you in your journal to start adding them to your pages for that extra detail. Use color like I am doing here with colored leads for mechanical pencils, because depending on the size of your stencils, you might need a finer nib. Whether you use colored pencils or rollerball pens with different inks, playing with colors always makes it more fun. The easiest drawing is the imperfect one. After playing with the stencils, it's time to choose a subject you're very familiar with. Perhaps an object that you use every day like a coffee cup, a pillow, or a stress ball. Choose simple geometric forms that have little to no design or patterns. Start by lightly sketching the basic shapes that you see. This is something little kids always do by nature. Start with circles or squares because that's the easiest, most basic technique for drawing, and yet it's an essential starting point in all the art that surrounds us. All designs are based in geometry. You can use any circular objects to help you if you feel uneasy about drawing circles. The point is that you practice as much as you can until you are comfortable doing your own geometric forms, even when they're imperfect. Okay, once you have your shapes, put more pressure on your pencil to make the definite drawing stand out from the sketched geometric figures. Draw any additional lines that turn those shapes into the object. Round any sharp edges and also add lines for any changing color that you detect because those will be our highlights and shadows. And this is an easy crash course on this because the subject is deeper, but I'm trying to keep it very simple, even optional. All objects have shadows and highlights. That's what gives them volume and depth. Whenever light is hitting an object from an angle, you will see the differences throughout the object, and an easy way to add them to your drawing is with blocks of color. That's why you see me draw the different shades that I see with easy shapes that I can then color in. Once you have your shadows, if you choose to add them, that's it. You have your first little doodle, effortless and simple. How long did it take you? Not much, right? You can practice using colors if you want. Your first drawings might not resemble the original object in proportion or shades, and that is fine. They came from you and they are the first preview of your newborn and developing style. Do this every day with the same object until you're comfortable with the result. Then switch to a new object. This exercise will train your hand, your sense of perspective, and the use of shadows. Remember to not take it seriously, but lightly and have a lot of fun. Practice by tracing. Once your hand is more loose and you're not afraid of mistakes, get some translucent paper and trace away. This is the method that I used a lot when I was little. These big drawing pads for kids that come with cardboard pages and china paper in between every other page are a huge part of my childhood memories. I would trace anything I came across and then color it in. I especially have memories of tracing what in Mexico were called tazos, little collectible chips or cards with characters from the Tiny Toons. Whenever you fill the spreadsheet, you could interchange it for a Sabri Mágico, the coolest water bottle that changed color. I can't believe I still keep some of these, but anyway, this method is a fun way to continue training your hand and eyes with more intricate images. Again, don't aim for perfection. Let your inner child have fun with it. Kids usually create unapologetically and let their creativity flow without judgment. So do the same and enjoy the process by choosing images that you love or that you want to be better at drawing. Trace like a pro. Now I will talk to you about a great app that I feel is worth the investment. Vinci is an augmented reality app that allows you to trace an image using the screen on your phone. Press draw to choose from their library or take a photo. Select the image of your choice, in my case, the piggy. And then we will choose the classic mode for now to keep the tutorial simple. The AR mode uses augmented reality to anchor a digital image onto a physical surface like a canvas via your phone's camera. It acts as a virtual projector, allowing artists to accurately trace complex, perfectly proportioned images with the image staying in place even if the phone or paper is smooth. In classic mode, the app will open the camera with a picture superimposed to the background. You can now see the picture and whatever your camera is capturing. Now, you will need your sketchbook and a phone stand. I usually use this one that I got on Amazon because I make small drawings and this works for me. So start by positioning the phone until you can see the surface you want to draw on. You can temporarily lower the opacity of the image to better see the sketchbook. Press move and then camera to zoom in on the sketchbook surface. The bigger you set it, the easier it gets to trace. Once you get it, press opacity to adjust the transparency of the image. I usually aim for a medium level to see both surfaces clearly. Press move again and this time select picture. To adjust the size of the pig to fit the sketchbook surface. Again, the bigger you set it, the easier to trace on lines. It's a good idea to always use clips to hold the paper firmly in place. If you're using a sketchbook and the paper bends constantly under the pressure of your hand, the results might not be the best. And now it's time to start tracing. I can't explain to you what I felt the first time that I used this app. As a little girl, I remember wanting the images to magically fly in front of my eyes so that I could trace them easily. Something that remained wishful thinking until Vinci made my dream come true. It's as easy as it gets, and the results are not only accurate but also truly satisfying. Once you are done, you can enrich the sketch, color it in with any medium of your choice, or keep on practicing to train your hand, eyes, and mind. And now I'm going to give you a little tour around the app, because you can do a lot more than just opening images to trace them. Going back to the home page, it will always open up to today's inspiration, giving you a prompt image to trace if you're unsure about what to draw. The first time I used it, my drawing was featured in the Vinci Instagram account. If you don't like the suggestion, go to New Inspiration and you can browse among hundreds of images with different topics for you to practice with. And once you are done, you can also upload it in the app to share with a community of artists that can give you feedback and tips. Back to the main page, you can also buy phone stands and clips specifically designed to use with the app and make your life easier. One of those is in my wishlist. Scroll for instructional videos. All you need to know and learn to get the best use out of all the app features is found here, explained in a simple way in videos that are short and concise. You can also watch YouTube videos made by artists who use Vinci and go deeper into tips and techniques, sharing their experience and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. Then there's featured artwork from the many users who upload their drawings. As you can see, there's no bad work. All of them have beauty in their style and echoes the artist's personality. I love browsing through those and seeing the wonderful variety that we are capable of producing. Finally, there's a tab for special events, with challenges that you can join, like this one using chalk pastels. And the last tab takes you to their mural app, a tool for those that want to go bigger than a sketchbook or canvas. Make sure you browse through all the menu to see the different features that the app has to offer. It really is a wonderland for both beginners and professionals, not only to learn, practice and create, but also to share, get feedback and have lots of fun while learning. Art really brings people together. My best advice is to never compare your work to those of others. May your only competition be yourself. Keep on practicing and enjoy the process. In a nutshell, Da Vinci Eye is the modern techie version of trace paper that opens up endless possibilities while you try to get better at drawing on your own with no extra help. Visit the link in the description to download the app with a discount for your first annual subscription. Practice, practice, practice. My dad always says everything good in life requires effort. And one of the teachers from the many illustration courses I've taken said, new students often ask if they need to know how to draw to take my course. That's like asking a language teacher if you need to speak the language to take their course. So know that you can draw even if you feel you're not good at it. You might not be happy with your first drawing, and that's normal. You're just starting. All you need is a consistent practice. And don't stress about finding your style right away. Most of us have it without even being aware of it. Focus on what you enjoy and invest time in it. Aim to draw for 5 minutes a day with any of the exercises that I showed you and start filling your sketchbooks with little highlights from your life. By the time you run out of pages, you will have a wonderful collection of memories and you will see how far you've come, how your style will have evolved and how your technique will be better, more refined, something you will enjoy and feel comfortable with. No more fear, uncertainty, or frustration. You will finally be able to say, yes, I can draw. Drawing with a pencil is just the beginning. There's a whole other topic to speak about, color. So stay tuned for my next video in this little art series, and while you wait, keep on drawing.